Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lauren and I have a very intense spreadsheet in front of me because that is what we are talking about today. We are talking about my project pan. We are talking about how many times I used each of the items in my project pan and what my opinions are on the products at this time. And you know, as someone who is in accounting, I love a good Excel spreadsheet. So I wanted to keep track of every single time I used every single product. And I really liked doing this last year because I think it really helped keep track of the products that I was really liking and going through and what products were a little bit harder to finish. Yeah, there's quite a few of those. Now, for my project pan, I don't necessarily want to pan the items. I don't necessarily want to finish them completely, but I really want to gain a new appreciation for them and I want to remember, do I like this product? Do I not like this product? How do I feel about this product? Because often I will forget. I have a huge collection and it would be great to go through some of these things, finish them up, but that's not necessarily the end result for all of them. Now, this is a 6-month project pan, so I will be sharing this video every month with you and letting you know my progress and my feelings and if they've changed on any of these products, and hopefully showing you some empties. But again, that's not necessarily the end goal for all the products. So what I'm gonna do is I am just going to go through the products that I have in this basket. The basket is overflowing. I'm gonna tell you how many times I used them in the month of January and how I'm feeling about them. So let's get into it because there are quite a few products in my project pan. So let's get into it. Let's start with face primers because I love a good face primer and we have 3 in this project pan as of right now. I'm hoping to finish at least one of them. Let's start with the one that I think will be easiest to finish. That is going to be the Guerlain L'Or Essence d'Eclat à la Pure Radiance Concentrate with Pure Gold. It's a mouthful, but it's also a mini. But one thing I learned from my project pan last year was that even minis take a long time to use up, okay? It's not as simple as a couple times use and you're done. Some of them with like 20, 25 uses out of them. Now, I don't use a lot of product. I use enough. I don't like to go overboard. I don't try to use a lot more just because I'm trying to pan it. I just use what I need and it lasts me a while. So even this little guy has lasted me a while. Now, in this project pan, I have used him 6 times so far. So 6 times in January. It's a fantastic primer. It really is. It's a little travel size. It's a luxury product. Guerlain is very fancy. It's a great primer. Now, it's a little ridiculous. I know the full size is something like $70. Ridiculous. But I will be using up this little guy. He's well on his way to being used up. So we can look forward to panning him, I hope, in this project pan. Next up, we have the Rich Bitch Primer from Freck. Now, you are probably going to notice tape on a lot of products. That's so that I can keep track of what's in my project pan in case they get mixed in with everything else. But this primer is very weird. It's very, very sticky, which it's a weird feeling to put something that sticky on your face. But I actually really like it. I think it holds product really well on my face. I think it is hydrating. It's a good primer. Okay. I don't know how I think I've done in this month's project pan. We'll talk about that at the end. But I will say I failed with this primer. This is the Stila One Step Skin Tone Correcting and Brightening Primer. I need to sniff it. It just looks a little bit weird. I don't know if it's just mixing in there or if I don't know. I need to test it a little bit to make sure it's still safe for use. I looked it up. I didn't buy it that long ago, so it's not that old, but it just looks kind of weird. So I didn't use it at all this time. Yeah, so I failed with the Stila for January at least. Now let's move on to foundations. I have 3 foundations. I tried to pick different foundations. A couple I used quite a few times. I feel like I did a good job. I don't think I was testing any new foundations, except for the Prada in the month of January, which meant that I had ample opportunity to use the foundations in my project pan quite a bit. So first up, we have the Makeup Forever HD Skin, and I have mine in the color 1N06, and it's a mini size, which is super cute. And I actually used this guy 10 times in the month of January, so quite a bit. You can't tell because for some reason, like, It doesn't look like I've used them a lot, but if you open it up, it looks like it's more than half empty. So I think this is a product that I can pan in the 6 months that I'm doing this project. We will see. I think I can though, but I really do like this foundation quite a bit. It's really nice. It's a nice foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations, I will say. This is the Dior Forever Natural Nude. It is in the color 1.5N. I used this guy 6 times this month, and you can kind of see a little gap. I think I shook them up a little bit, but it's a fantastic foundation. The reason it's in my project pan is because it's old. Like you can see from the lettering that it is the older series of this foundation. They came out and reformulated it, but because it's older, I wanted to get through it and use it as much as possible. It's a really good foundation. I just want to get my money's worth. You know, Dior is expensive. So if I can use it up in 6 months, I think maybe it's doable, maybe, but I'm gonna try. We had one more foundation. This was another fail. This is the Patrick Ta Cream Foundation in the color, I believe 4, yes, Fair 4. It is a cream product. I just did not reach for it at all. 0 times. Now, it's got the cream foundation and it has a setting powder. I didn't like this setting powder when I used it. I did tell myself that I was gonna use it more in this project pan. I haven't yet. I need to do it. I need to do it. But it's really cold right now for California. You know, for where I live, it's cold. So I have not been reaching for any sort of thicker foundations like this, but I need to use it. Like I already have a little bit of a dip in there from when I was using it, and I just feel like it would be easy to pan. Ugh, we will see though, we will see. But did not use this one at all. I also have, I don't even know what category this is. I call it kind of like an illuminator. This is kind of the category I think it falls into. But this is from Fenty Beauty. This is the Ease Droplet All Over Glow Enhancers in Pink Pearl. I really like using products similar to this to kind of help moisturize my face a little more, especially when I'm wearing like thicker foundation. It just helps kind of not make it so thick and heavy on my face. Like there are a couple foundations that I love only when I mix with a product like this, like the Hourglass foundation that everyone loves so much. I like it, but it's very drying on my skin. But when I mix it with something like the Fenty Ease Drops, it just works really well. I would not use this alone as like a highlighter. I don't think it's very obvious, but I do like to mix it in with my foundations. I only used it 4 times, which surprised me because I thought I was getting a lot of use out of it. But I do really like this product because I do think it adds that extra level of hydration to drier foundations. So I do really like it. I need to use it more in February. We have one concealer in this product. It is the Charlotte Tilbury concealer. I don't remember the exact name and I don't see it on here, but I have mine in the color 1 Fair. And I only used it 2 times in this month, so I need to reach for it more. I have this concealer brush from, actually it's from REM Beauty, Ariana Grande's beauty line, and it's really great, and I like using it with this product. But my God, do cream products just get gross for anyone else? Like they just look gross for me at the end of it. I don't know why. There is a little dip. I don't know if you can see the little dip, but there is a little dip there, and it's such a small product. I'm like, I can at least reach the pan in this. That is my goal for this product, and I really like it. It's not too heavy, it's easy to blend out, and I think it does a really good job concealing. So I do like this concealer quite a bit. Don't worry, we will be getting into products that I don't like. Moving on to setting powders. Speaking of products that I don't like, the Makeup Forever HD Skin Twist and Light. I have mine in the color 1 Clear Light. It is this cool concept where it's got 3 different colors, and then when you kind of move the bottom around, it squirts out each of those little colors and then it mixes in there. It's like a whole thing. I was enamored by the concept. It's kind of similar to the Givenchy setting powders that everyone goes crazy for. But this one did not quite work out as well for me as the Givenchy powders do. Because when it mixes, for some reason I keep getting a lot of like the bluey purple color, and it just turns a little gray. So if it doesn't mix right with like the right color mix, it just looks a little bit gray. Now I do like that it has a little bit of shimmer in it. Some people don't like that in their setting powders. I don't mind it. I like it. And when there's not too much of that purple color in there, it looks fine. It's fine. You know, setting powders are, I'm never going to finish one. Like, I have come to that realization, I'm never going to finish one because I really only use them in my T-zone and I just go in very, very lightly with them. So that's why even when it is a little more gray, it doesn't bother me too much, but I don't love it. I don't love it. So only used it 3 times in January. Will need to force myself to use it more times in February. The other setting powder that we have is the Chanel, because we went a little bougie with this project pan, but this is the Le Beige powder in light. Now, I don't think they make this one anymore. I think they've reformulated it because when I looked online, it looked different, but this is the powder. It looks very dark and it's not, but I think that's why I didn't use it for the longest time. It just looks very dark. It is a fantastic setting powder. In fact, I used it 10 times in the month of January. So I did really like reaching for it. And I found I reached for it even more when I took out the brush that was included with it, because I never used the brush. The brush was just silly. It was very thin. It wasn't what I like to use for my setting powders. Once I took that and tossed it, yes, I tossed a Chanel brush, but it was fine. It was fine. Then I realized I was reaching for it more. And now there's like, actually, you can see the progress that I have made, which is very exciting. So I do like this setting powder. On to bronzers. We have the Huda GloWish Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder in 02 Medium. I used this 8 times. This was not a great project pan in terms of bronzers because I don't love either of the ones that I've chosen. And this one is just, I have to go in. It's hard to get out of here. I don't know. It's hard to get out of here. I feel like it keeps hard panning on there. So I keep having to go in with my finger to kind of like open it up a little more. Like even doing that, like this is the color medium and I just don't find it to be very, medium? I don't know. It's hard for me to see it on my face, okay? It's on my face now, but you can't see it because I went in with a heavy hand. I went in with a thick bronzing brush, it's thick and fluffy, my favorite kind of bronzing brush, but it's just, you can't see it. You can't see it. This frustrates me, it does. But I used it 8 times and I like it more than the other bronzer that I picked, which, another bougie product. This is the Westman Atelier Contour Stick in the color Biscuit. Now, first of all, the lid does not stay on. It's supposed to be magnetized, maybe. Maybe I unmagnetized it somehow. I don't know. It doesn't stay on. It pops off all the time. This is the color. Hate this product. It just disappears. I have tried multiple ways of using it. I used it 3 times in January. I don't think I used it at any point on camera, maybe once for one video, but it's another product where it blends away. It just disappears on your face. I do not see it. I've tried using my fingers and that didn't really work either. It looked kind of patchy, at least in my opinion it did. I am going to continue to try to figure this out. I do love a good cream bronzer. Is this a good cream bronzer or is this just a cream bronzer? I am still trying to figure it out. 3 times in a month is not very much, so I need to really dedicate myself to this product. I might need to bring it with me to Disney World when I go next week. But do I want to bring something like that to Disney World? I don't know. Face products, the rest of my face, I never do as well on in terms of my project pan. That's what I learned last year. It was hard for me to stick to one thing. But let's talk about the blushes. The first one is from MAC. It is their Cheeky Devil Glow Play Blush. Can't talk today. But it looks like this. It is a beautiful pink. I actually really like this blush quite a bit, but I only used it twice. I just wasn't really reaching for blush this month. I don't know, January, it's cold. Hard for me to get motivated to even like put makeup on sometimes. So I didn't really use this one, but I do really like the color. It's a very beautiful soft pink. This one I can actually see myself bringing to Disney because this is gonna go with everything. So I might need to do that because I do like this one. I did totally fail on the other blushes that I picked. I didn't use either of them. The first one was from Pat McGrath. This is the Skin Fetish Divine Blush Duo in Paradise Glow. it looks like this. I did not reach for it. I wanted to put this in my project pan because I wasn't sure if it was a color that would work for me, and I just wanted to try it more. And I wanted to try it as like both maybe more of a bronzerish color and a blush, and I didn't do either. I didn't use it at all. So I failed. I failed with that one. Also with the Kaleidos blush, this is in, I don't remember the color, and they don't have it on the packaging, but it's this beautiful packaging. It's this very popular bright neon pink, and I was like, I'm gonna use that all the time. But again, I just wasn't really using blush at all. So this is not, oh, that's a cat hair. So this was not a product I used at all. Let's move on to highlighter, where I did marginally better. So the first highlighter is by Kevyn Aucoin. This is the Glass Glow Face Illuminator, and it is in the color Pixie Dream. I just wish it wasn't so sticky. It is so sticky. I used it twice in the month of January. It's pretty, but I put it on early this morning. It is now late at night, and it's still sticky. It does not dry down, which is disappointing. And I'm not quite sure what to do with it. I was so jazzed when I first got it. I thought it was so pretty, so cool, so ethereal, but it's so sticky. It's so sticky. So I don't know what's gonna happen with this one. We're still gonna use him, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't like saying I don't like a product because I don't not like it, but I just can't get it to really work for me, you know? We also have the ColourPop Pressed Powder Highlighter in Cold One. Looks like this. I used this one twice as well. This is a fantastic highlighter. It's great. It's just icy. It's great. I love it. It's a great highlighter. I just wasn't really reaching for highlighters either, I guess. So this one did not get very much use out of it, but it is a good highlighter. I like that one a lot. Now, one that I picked to really challenge myself was from Odin's Eye, and this is the Norns Mesmerizer Web of Destiny. And the reason why I picked it is because it's so pretty, and I have had it for a while and I've never used it because I did not want to mess up the imprint on it, but we're doing it. We're doing it. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. I only used it once. I need to figure out the right brush to use for it because it's very dense, so it's hard to pick up on a brush. You can't really pick it up on a normal like loose fluffy highlighter blush brush. You need something a little bit thicker. So still kind of figuring this one out. I only used it once, so I have time to figure it out. We did include a face palette, and it's another item from Pat McGrath. This is the Blushing Delights face palette. It was their collab they did with Bridgerton. People talked about how much they hated the packaging, and I was like, okay, well, it could be better, right? Yeah, I hate the packaging too now. This is what the inside looks like. I don't love this highlighter. I used this product twice. I love the blushes, especially the two on the side. Those are fantastic, fantastic. I'm actually trying to figure out how I can maybe take them out of here, put them somewhere else. It's not magnetic as far as I can tell. I don't know what the point of such bulky packaging, bulky like cardboard packaging. It's not even nice packaging. This was expensive, okay? But yeah, I don't love the highlighter. It's very dry. It's just not my favorite. I don't know. There's like big old chunks of glitter. It's the top one if you can see that. I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love it. I only used it twice though. Again, it's so bulky that it just gets in the way. More than like me seeing it and being like, oh, I want to use it. It's just, get out of my way, giant face palette, you know? So, only twice. I chose 3 single eyeshadows from the very niche indie brand Fyrinnae. I'm always never sure if I'm saying that right. Pretty sure it's Fyrinnae. And we have the color Shenanigans, which is pretty neutral for a loose powder from Fyrinnae, which do very bright, colorful, beautiful, beautiful colors. We have Brocade, which is what I'm actually wearing on my eyes today. And then we have Digital Fairy, which I wore in a short and got many positive comments about. Now, I do not reach for my loose single shadows, and I wanted to because Fyrinnae has some of the most beautiful, beautiful single shadows that I have ever experienced. So I used each one of these once, which doesn't sound like a lot, but they were getting no use before. So better one than none. That's what I say. Just a very fun brand. I'm thinking of doing a video where I swatch all my single loose shadows from Fyrinnae because I just would like to like shine more of a spotlight on them. But also I don't because they make very small batches and they sell out fast, but they deserve, okay, all the love, all the love. So very beautiful. We have a couple eyeshadow palettes that I didn't do well in. I did not reach for these at all. Well, once, okay. I reached for this one once, and this is from Lime Crime. This is their Venus XL2 palette, and I thought I would reach for it more. I really did, and I just didn't. And the reason why this one was in my project pan is because it's old, so it's definitely on the chopping block for my next declutter. And I love the color story so much, but I don't use it at all. I only used it once. And I only really use this color Ivy. So clearly this is a challenge for me to sit down and use this palette, which is good, right? That's why I'm doing the project pan. I want to challenge myself. This one is also a challenge. Okay, I love Give Me Glow so much. So I chose the Haunted Pumpkin palette. It's just got a lot of strong colors in here, okay? It's hard for me to do more. I have been kind of doing one shadow and just leaving it at that. I haven't been doing a whole lot of complicated looks, and this is a complicated palette. So yeah, I didn't use it in January. February is my month because it's my birthday month. So I need to work on it. We have 3 lip products. I don't do the best job keeping track on my lip products, but this month was easy because I only used 1 out of the 3. That was from MAC. This is their Glow Play in the color Sweet Treat. It's just a neutral kind of gloss. It's just very moisturizing. This is a product that does not get talked about enough. It's fantastic. I used it, well, I only used it 3 times, but still, it was really good. The other 2 products, I just clearly was not in the mood for color this month. I don't know what it was. But the first one was from Guerlain. This is their Kiss Kiss Balm. I think it's the Balm. It's something. Kiss Kiss something in the color orange. It's a cute little heart, but I just am so intimidated by the color orange. So that's why I really didn't use this one. It's so cute. It was expensive. I need to use it. This product I think I will be able to take to Disney and actually use. And this is from Fenty. This is their Poutsicle in My Type. It's a bright pink, as you can see. Did not use it, again, just did not use a lot of bright colors, especially on my lips in January. It's just cold, okay? Never in the mood for lipstick in January. But I love this product in the past. I don't know if I'm still gonna love it because I need to use it. So kind of failed in some of those categories, if you couldn't tell. The good news though is I used items for my project pan a total of 74 times in the month of January, which is a pretty decent start to the year, especially since it's just cold. It's like the beginning of the year. It's cold. I want to just stay in my like jammies all day and my sweatpants and not put on makeup. So the fact that I used all this stuff a total of 74 times, I think is a pretty good start to my project pan, but I can definitely see the gaps, as in what I really need to focus on in the upcoming months. Eyeshadow is a big one, blush is a big one, and I think just really focusing on some of these items that I'm not doing a lot of testing in, so foundation, just really using them a lot. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. But I think we're off to a good start. Some of these products I really like. Some of these products I'm still not sure. And some of these products I'm actively hating. So we will see if my opinion changes on any of them in the upcoming months. But I hope you enjoyed my first update to my project pan. If you're doing a project pan, let me know how you're doing below because I could use your support. I'm out of here, but I will see you all in the next video. Bye.